Hello and welcome to Countrywide on Benue Television. I am Susan Ayo. The headlines: Flood hits Makurdi Metropolis. Economic Committee of West African States allocates $30 million to counter terrorism. Federal government expects fresh reports to confirm sulfur contents of Dangote diesel. Now the news in details. Governor Hyacinth Alia inaugurates the Governing Council of Tertiary Institutions owned by Benue State with charge to bring their experiences to bear on the growth of these institutions. The governor inaugurated the members Friday at Government House, Makurdi. Correspondent Emmanuel Akura reported that Governor Alia informed the board members that his government will not hesitate to take decision action against anyone found wanting or involved in any unethical conduct to achieve their collective aims of lifting educational standards. The reports.
It was Nelson Mandela who said education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. Governor Hyacinth Alia is inaugurating the governing councils of tertiary institutions in the state as a significant step forward towards enhancing the quality and efficiency of the state educational system. The governor describes the responsibility of the members as a vital mandate to draw and refine the policies that will drive the institutions towards excellence. The governor charges members to use corporate governance principles of integrity, openness, accountability, and professionalism in approaching their duties. He tags them on building contact with other educational bodies and organizations to get new insights, resources, and opportunities as key to achieving the objective of growth.
Your role is to concentrate on policy enhancement. The policies you develop and implement should aim to uplift and improve our tertiary institutions, ensuring they meet and/or even exceed global standards of education. These linkages will help us to adopt best practices and innovative approaches that can significantly enhance the quality of education we offer in the state.
According to him, government will soon generate a manual to guide councils in the performance of their duties and make recommendations to the visitation panels to their institutions for implementation after state council consideration.
We have full confidence in your abilities and believe that you will bring your wealth of experience and dedication to bear on the institutions you represent. Your courage, vision, and commitment are crucial as we embark on this journey of transformation together.
To the heads and management of the institutions, the governor urges them to support the councils to succeed.
You must avail them with the right and full information they require so as to enable them make informed decisions. I want to assure you that if there are any gaps in the constitution of your council, we shall quickly rectify them.
The chairman and pro-chancellor of Benue State University Makurdi, Paul Chukuma, on behalf of the chairman and members, assures of commitment to discharging their duties, promising a cordial relationship with the institutions to achieve the needed development of the institutions.
We want to assure you, Your Excellency, and indeed the entire group people of Benue State, that we will take up this assignment as a call to service and we will deliver the cargo without any story of the storms.
The boards have a 4-year tenure expected to kick off with inaugural lectures to be communicated by the leadership of the various institutions. Emmanuel Akula, Benue Television News, Makurdi.
Residents of Makurdi had again been hit by heavy rainfalls on Friday, destroying household items and other facilities. Our environmental correspondent Oleku Ondoma went around the city Friday morning to observe the effects of the rains. Her reports.
Several houses and homes were sitting in water at the time of this report, and roads washed into crooked gullies, following more than 4 hours of heavy downpour, which began Thursday night into Friday morning in Makdi, the Benue state capital. Areas worst affected are parts of Achusa, Gado Villa along Boko Road, Woroko behind Deeper Life Camp, Ungudu Mega Layout, opposite International Markets. The value of destruction to property and valuables is yet to be estimated, but there are indications that people will be displaced for a while in areas where houses are sitting in water. Residents of Gado Villa, Ernest Umchi and Moses Ilim, lament the meanings of the flood, recounting how long their communities have been suffering the effects of the flood.
The water has destroyed so many of my things, and it just came all of a sudden. We have not been experiencing this in July. Usually it's in September.
Several houses and homes were sitting in water at the time of this report, and roads washed into crooked gullies, following more than 4 hours of heavy downpour, which began Thursday night into Friday morning in Makdi, the Benue state capital. Areas worst affected are parts of Achusa, Gado Villa along Boko Road, Woroko behind Deeper Life Camp, Ungudu Mega Layout, opposite International Markets. The value of destruction to property and valuables is yet to be estimated, but there are indications that people will be displaced for a while in areas where houses are sitting in water. Residents of Gado Villa, Ernest Umchi and Moses Ilim, lament the meanings of the flood, recounting how long their communities have been suffering the effects of the flood.
The water has destroyed so many of my things, and it just came all of a sudden. We have not been experiencing this in July. Usually it's in September we experience this, from August, September. But this one came without we knowing that it's coming at this time. It came so abruptly.
This thing happened yearly, and anytime there is much rain, it happens. If there is a flash flood like this, the water will not be able to flow there, coming back. The water is flowing up instead of going down, so it feels everywhere anytime there is much rain.
Richard Bayer and Boniface Ange say the flood took over their community, thereby hindering vehicular movements and pedestrians. They appeal to the Benue state government to intensify the effort in the silting and construction of drainages.
At about 6 p.m. yesterday that this rain starts, up till now we are not able to sleep. We cannot eat. The rain falls since yesterday till this morning. We've moved to another person's house, and even there the rain still enter. So we are stranded. All my documents are wasted.
The flood is now becoming so persistent. So, as you can see, this is what we are experiencing, and we are appealing to government to come to our aid, because many properties worth of millions of nairas are being destroyed.
Recall that the Nigeria Meteorological Agency, NIMET, had warned that the flood this year will be worse than last year, affecting 31 states, with Benue inclusive. Evidently, more stringent solutions are needed to address the meanings of flooding in Benue. Oleku Ondoma, Benue Television News, Makdi. Several houses and homes.
We pray for a lasting solution to flooding in Benue State. Benue State government set aside a sum of 2 billion naira for the establishment of a cancer center at the Benue State University Teaching Hospital, Makudi. Governor Hyacinth Alia announced this Friday at the College of Health Sciences, Benue State University, Makudi. The governor was addressing dignitaries at the International Health Investment Summit and Scientific Exhibition and Endowment Funds for Establishment of Cancer Center at the Teaching Hospital. Emmanuel Akula reported the story.
Father Alia, who wants the summit to become a yearly event to promote health in the state, announces that his administration is giving priority to the health sector through increased health expenditures captured in the Benue State 2024 budget. The state chief executive, while lamenting the negative effect of cancer in the past years, is concerned that it has accounted for about 79,000 deaths annually in Nigeria, placing the country second on the cancer burden in Africa. He says with a clear vision, his government is bringing deliberate initiatives in the health sector, promising that resources will be effectively utilized to improve healthcare services in Benue State.
Promoting health through the life course is becoming more important than ever before, which explains in part why our administration is committed to increasing health expenditure as evidenced in this year 2024 approved budget. The result of this commitment is that the narrative of poor budgetary allocation to the health sector is intentionally being reversed.
Chairman of the occasion and a former governor of Benue State, Dr. Gabriel Suswam, who says he is more interested in the progress of the state, challenges other Benue sons and daughters to unite in support of Governor Hassan Thalia's administration, irrespective of political differences for the development of Benue State. Senator Suswam opines that Governor Hassan Thalia's reforms at the hospital through the Chief Medical Director, Dr. Stephen Hwande, will resuscitate the facility to attract medical tourism and positively impact the economy of the state. Speaker, House of Representatives, Dr. Tanjuddin Abbas, represented by the Chairman, House Committee on Health, Amos Magaji, underscores the importance of a cancer center, saying that it will complement other health programs in Nigeria towards improving the healthcare sector of the country. The International Health Summit is holding with the theme towards attaining a one-stop hospital, while the cancer center will be named after a former governor of the state, Senator Gabriel Suswam. Emmanuel Akula, Benue Vision News. Mark.
You're watching Countrywide on Benue Television. Let's take a quick break. Don't go away. Glad to have you back. The Benue State Governor, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, has said his administration will pay the 70,000 naira minimum wage to state workers. Governor Alia made this known in an interview at Government House Makurdi shortly after inaugurating governing councils for the state-owned tertiary institutions. The governor said he is focused and has equally put in place measures to make sure functions, saying that his administration has blocked all that leakages. Recall that President Bola Tinubu recently approved 70,000 naira as the new minimum wage for Nigerian workers.
With all the plans and the immediate makeshift arrangements that are in place for things to function, things are moving. Even our IGR is increased. So it is now left to us to close more loopholes to see how much we can cash in to do many other things, including the payment of salaries. Why not? We can pay. I'm focused in all my purposes and intent. So what is agreed by the federal government definitely is what we, the subnationals, can also just queue in to do. Without the workforce, then we wouldn't have any centeredness of any government. So we need to push in our civil servants, our workforce in a way approved by the federal government and all the labor organizations, synonymously, so that this is.
The Economic Community of West African States said it allocated at least $13 million to counter terrorism efforts in frontline states and to show up humanitarian efforts in the region. The regional bloc said it is exploring other funding options for its $2.6 billion standby force. Nigerian's President Bola Tinubu, who serves as chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of the Heads of State and Government, revealed this as part of a one-year report highlighting the bloc's achievements and challenges at the 6th mid-year coordination meeting of the African Union in Accra, Ghana. He said the frontline member states in the fight against terrorism have also been supported with $4 million under the ECOWAS counter-terrorism humanitarian response. Tinubu added that ECOWAS would soon convene a special extraordinary session to discuss its future. Tinubu, who did not state the date of the meeting, said leaders who discussed ongoing talks with estranged member states Niger, Mali and Burkina Faso. His comments came 2 weeks after he was re-elected for another one-year tenure as ECOWAS chairman at the 65th ordinary session of the authority held at the State House, Abuja on July 7. After his mandate was renewed, Tinubu appointed his Senegalese and Tongolese counterparts Bassirou Faye and Faurel Gaznizobo to lead ECOWAS mediation efforts with Niger and Mali and Burkina Faso. The civilian government in Burkina Faso and Mali and Niger fell to military control in May 2021, September 2022 and July 2023. On July 6, Niger's General Abdul Rahman Tignani, Burkina Faso's Captain Ibrahim Traoré, and Mali's Colonel Assimi Goïta signed a confederation treaty which, they said, would strengthen the mutual defense part announced last September, the Alliance of Sahel States. Nonetheless, the ECOWAS said it is still campaigning efforts towards reintegrating the sister state into nearly 50 years old bloc. The federal government, through the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NNDPR), is expecting fresh reports to confirm the real sulfur content of the diesel produced by Dangote Refinery, as the company debunked claims of inferior fuel production. The NMDPRA spokesman, George Ene Ita, told newsmen Sunday that the agency had done its job and would not engage in a media fight with anybody over the claims made by the NMDPRA Chief Executive Farouk Ahmed that Dangote's diesel had more sulfur content than imported ones. According to Ene Ita, the authority has about 15 engineers and scientists embedded in the Dangote refinery, whose fresh reports about the refinery's sulfur content will be out on Monday, being today. It was reported that Ahmed alleged that the diesel from the Dangote refinery contains high sulfur content. Reacting to Dangote's allegations that the NMDPRA was giving license to some traders to import dirty fuel into Nigeria last week, Ahmed argued that it was the Dangote fuel that had a larger content of sulfur. The NMDPRA was warned that Nigeria could not rely heavily on the Dangote refinery for its fuel supply. Reacting during a tour of the refinery by members of the House of Representatives led by the Speaker, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, over the weekend, Dangote asserted that the products refined at the world's largest single-train refineries are of superior quality compared to the imported fuel. The Speaker and other members had observed the testing of automotive gas oil from 2 petrol stations alongside the same taken from the Dangote refinery. The chairman of the House Committee on Downstream, Ikwegwu Ngochinere, and chairman of the House Committee of Midstream, Okoji Odianesen, oversaw the collection of samples from the milled hydrocracking units of the Dangote refinery for testing of all the samples. The Dangote laboratory tests were said to have revealed the Dangote's diesel and sulfur content of 87.6 ppm, while the other 2 samples showed sulfur levels exceeding 1,800 ppm and 2,000 ppm respectively. Let's take another break. When we return, we'll take more news. Stay with us. Glad to have you back on Countrywide. The president of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has made an offer to sell the Dangote refinery to Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, NNPCL. Speaking Sunday with media men, the businessman expressed his willingness to sell the refinery to address allegations of monopoly in the industry. He stated that if the NNPCL takes over the refinery, the allegations of monopoly would no longer be valid. He said the refinery can help in resolving the persistent fuel problems in the country, saying it seems more people are not comfortable with him being in the picture. This is coming after the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Farouk Ahmed, made the claims that the Dangote refinery had requested the regulator to stop giving import licenses to other marketers to be the only fuel supplier in Nigeria. Dangote revealed that the challenges his refinery is currently facing have validated the warnings of his friends and associates who advised him to exercise cautions when investing billions of dollars in Nigerian economy. The Dangote refinery, which started operations last year after a prolonged construction period, has a capacity of 650,000 barrels per day. The refinery is aimed to reduce Nigerians' reliance on foreign fuel imports and conserve foreign exchange. Police command in Kaduna State said its operatives have arrested a suspect with 30 different fabricated master keys of vehicles and motorcycles in Kaduna. The command spokesperson ASP Masir Hassan confirmed the arrest to newsmen Monday in Kaduna. Hassan said the suspect specializes in vehicle and motorcycle theft. He said upon receiving information, our operatives were immediately drafted to the area. He said that on arriving at the scene, the suspect, Zarandini Suleiman, was arrested in the shop. According to him, the suspect 35 is a resident of Galma Road, Tugugi, area of Sabongari Zaria local government area of Kaduna State. Hassan said upon research, about 30 different sizes of keys of vehicles and motorcycles were recovered, including 2 locally fabricated motor keys in his possession. He added that the suspect was said to have specialized in stealing vehicles and motorcycles. Hassan said that the suspect would be charged to court for prosecution after the completion of investigation. Economic Community of West African States (ECOWAS) has appointed Dr. D.K. Ebube Dike as Youth Ambassador. Duke also awarded the prestigious Nelson Mandela Leadership Award of Excellence and Integrity on July 10th. The West African Youth Council announced the appointment in an official letter recognizing Dr. Dike's dedication, hard work, and diligence in service to humanity. The regional body praised Dr. Dike as a relentless advocate for the development of African youths and expressed optimism that his recognition by ECOWAS would further solidify his efforts. At the event, popular Nigerian comedian Owen Osenwenge, known as Owen G, and the United Nations Youth Ambassador for Peace, stated that the Youth Council created a leadership award to honor youth who have distinguished themselves in various capacities and professions in West Africa. He noted that the Council awarded Dr. D.K. EYC Ambassador Leadership Award of Excellence due to his representation of young people in the health and wellness sector. In his acceptance speech, Dr. D.K. expressed his gratitude and emphasized the opportunity to promote health and wellness. He highlighted the disturbing reality that many suffer from curable ailments and some die due to lack of awareness. He described the honor as a moral booster for him and promised that ECOWAS Youth Council will be worthy ambassador at all levels, both in local and international community. Dike is a health wellness enthusiast and physical therapist with a niche for peer eradication. With that, we've come to the end of our reports this afternoon. Before we go, a recap of the top stories. Flood hit Makurdi metropolis again. Economic Community of West African States allocated at least $13 million to combat terrorism. We also told you that federal government said it's expecting fresh reports to confirm sulfur content of Dangote's diesel. Thanks for being part of Countrywide and Benue Television. I am Susan Ayo. Remain blessed.